There we go. Okay, hi everybody! Ah! No, wait, I have everything under control! No! I had my shit together tonight! I knew I was forgetting things when I was like, I'm doing so well tonight. With, like, stream prep, at least. I realized why my sound-sensitive, redeems weren't working properly, and that's fixed, which is why my model is currently just creepily, doing what she's doing. Okay, there we go. We're all good now. Everything is fine. Anyway. Oh, hey. Okay, cool. Let me just... Okay, so it looks like I might be available in like 20 minutes. But in the meantime, we're doing the last two fights of Anabaseios tonight. Let me just put something in my... Oh! Flamebuff, thank you so much for the follow! Hang on, let me just boop and... hit that button. There we go. But yeah, we just need some DP... Oh, we had somebody leave. I think. No, we didn't. They just changed... Oh, wait. No, I'm just stupid. Thank you. I appreciate it. Truth be told, I tend to pay more attention to YouTube than Twitch... Or to Twitch than YouTube anyway. YouTube is mostly for... making me hydrate? No. YouTube is not for making me hydrate. YouTube is for VOD storage. Maybe if YouTube wanted me to give streaming more attention, they'd put more effort into their streaming interface. But either way, how's raid prep going? We're at 4 out of 6. We just need 2 DPS. Worst case scenario, I should said that he'd be home in 20 minutes, and I guess he doesn't raid tonight. But yeah. I was just saying in party chat earlier, Ash, this is the situation I'm in right now. Of the mods that normally help me with this stuff, you're sick. Zev is traveling for business. Danny had to go to sleep. You're just a free trial sprout? Oh, then big spoiler warning for these streams. I'm an Endwalker. So if you care about spoilers, we're doing Endwalker raids tonight. So big warning on that. But yeah. Oh, oops, hang on. Let's try posting that one more time in the other link shell I'm in. Boop. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Because I do try to approach these streams with the assumption that if somebody's watching and isn't caught up with the game, I don't want to spoil things. I am caught up with the game on my main. This is an alt. I am replaying the game mine and Undersized on a fresh character. Well, fresh compared to my main at this point. I've been streaming the game for like 3 years because I only stream video games like 12 hours a week. And Final Fantasy XIV is a very long game. In my defense, there were also a few points where I took a break from 14 to stream other games. Since I've started 14, I have played Final Fantasy 16, which came out shortly after I started playing 14, so I had to take a break in the middle of A Realm Reborn. Oh, Ash is joining us. Nice. But yeah, I played Final Fantasy 16 because it came out shortly after I started playing 14, and I wanted to play it on release. Because part of what I'm doing is playing. I played every single main series Final Fantasy game. Maybe not. Are you not feeling well? Did you just get big sick? Don't feel pressured if you can't, Ash. Oh. I mean, you have time, probably. How fucked? What happened? Did, like, your HUD reset or something? Because that happened to me one time, and it turned out it was because the hard drive that I had okay, my advice, check your character, or, like, whatever folder on your computer you keep your Final Fantasy 14 stuff on, like your character settings, and make sure that drive isn't full, because that's what happened to me one time. I logged in and everything had gone back to default, and it turned out it was because the hard drive that 14 accesses for my character settings, because that's all like client side, it was full, and so things were fucked. Oh no, I did the ADHD thing and forgot what I was talking about before. But... Oh, fuck, ADHD moment. Really bad ADHD moment. Oh, right, I was talking about the games I played, since I started Final Fantasy XIV. I made an attempt at playing Silent Hill 2. We now have a fun tradition, on this channel where every October we see how much further into that game I get, because I noped out. I opened a door, and it was a dark hallway, and we were at the point in the game where we're using the flashlight. I got the flashlight, and also the mannequins existed, and I got scared, and noped out, and went back to streaming 14. And then I was supposed to go back to that this year, but Digimon Time Stranger came out in October, so I played that instead. As well as Subnautica. Hey, we filled! Ash, are you gonna be okay? But yeah, and then at one point I was streaming Infinity Nikki, and then the devs for Infinity Nikki made some choices about their story. Oh, for keybinds? Keybinds is under system and then keybind. But yeah, I'm a writer, and so my big focus, like the niche I try to focus on when it comes to gaming, is narrative-focused games. And if a dev team doesn't care enough about their story to keep it consistent, and, you know, good, then I don't care enough to play their game. So, yeah, I dropped Infinity Nikki. I was originally thinking about maybe doing some video essays about the writing in Infinity Nikki, and, like, how it could have been salvaged or done better, but I'm not sure if I care enough for that compared to other things I want to do video essays about. And then Arknight's Enfield, the pre-download for that came out. And my computer was like, hey man, you don't have quite enough space on your computer for this. I was like, well, easiest decision I've ever made in my life. Let me just uninstall Infinity Night. For keybinds? Wait, you can't find keybinds? What are you trying to find? I've been messing around with my keybinds recently. Keybinds for your hotbar. Oh! Okay, so keybinds for hotbar are in keybind and, oh, was it system? No. Unless you're talking about, like, switching to hotbars. That's here, and then there's the whole thing that says hotbar on it. Did you check the hotbar tab, Ash? Oh no, you guys are seeing what my hotbar keybind stuff is. But yeah, it's right here. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it. But yeah, we're all about... Oh. But Ash, the word keybind was right there. Or not keybind, hotbar. Silly Ash. I'm looking. Okay, understandable. You are sick. I will give you a pass because you're sick. Am I convinced that knowing you wouldn't have overlooked it if you were healthy? No comment. I plead the fifth. You're just tired? Zev, are you ever not tired? Oh, fair. 7 hours of driving. Go rest! You'd better be watching me on a laptop while, like, on a bed with some snacks and a bottle of water nearby. Good. Alrighty. Ready, check. Excellent. Alright, let me just make sure I have all of this set to the right thing. I do not, because I was doing something different on this character earlier today. Okay, raids. 11th circle. Let's go! I may or may not have been doing the recording for this week's How Comfy Is That Floor short. I need to tweak the script a little bit. Because as much as I feel like the way Temptara Deproct smells should probably go without saying, I still want to be silly with it.
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I have long considered how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Elidibus.
Yeah, Elidibus, I can't really say same because, been there, done that, but okay. It is funny how they, like, did a whole new mix of his fight theme for this. But let's go! Thank you. I'm sure this will go some way. We're starting off with 2 tanks and 2 healers, so there shouldn't be any moments of, oh shit, we need 2 tanks this time. Yesterday, when? Yesterday we discovered that there is a double tank buster in P9, and we decided to sack strat. By which I mean, we only had one tank and just kept sacrificing whoever else got targeted.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
Man, when was the last time I did this fight?
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
Oh, right. I should probably eat food, huh? What? One moment. We got this. There we go. Don't worry about it. We're all good. Woo! No!
Submit to the emissary's judgment. The balance must needs be
Oh god,
maintained.
what is this mechanic? I think we get some kind of marker at some point, right? Yeah. And then is it opposite? I can't remember if it's opposite or the same. I guess I'm about to find out.
Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Okay, opposite.
These magics are not for you to wield.
I guessed correctly. Oh no, I forgot to go back in. Ah! Oh wait. Okay, which is it gonna be?
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
See, this is why I told you to get snack and water while watching me in bed.
Worthy to exist.
You were already in bed, then you should have gotten your snack and water to begin with. This is a skill issue on your part, Zev. No excuse. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Power from beyond. I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
I have some awkward news for you about that, Elidibus.
Now to take your measure.
Ooh! Boy! Owie!
These magics are not for you to wield. Will
Oh.
you be judged worthy
I
to
swear I'm good at
exist?
this game. I definitely never drop my dots. you know, a core part of this job since I started playing it years ago. Funnily enough, I feel like I was actually better at keeping my dots up when the cooldown, or like when the timer on them was half what it is now.
Will light embrace or darkness consume?
And I just never fully recovered from them, like, doubling the duration in terms of skill usage, timing. Ow, streamer down.
Warriors forged in my own image.
Oh, hello. Oh! Okay. We're good. I'm good. Everything's good.
These magics are not for you to wield.
And?
Power from beyond! Now to take your measure. For victory! I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
What do I got? Okay.
Now to take your measure.
Oh no!
These magics are not for you to wield. Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is, at least in theory, the, like, convocation meeting room or something like that, right?
Now to take your measure. For victory!
Yeah.
These magics are not for you to wield. Will light embrace or darkness consume? For victory!
Oh, whoops. I made it. Nobody panic. Everything's fine.
I am the emissary, and I shall never die. Now to take your measure. These magics are not for you to wield. Will you be judged worthy to exist? Now to take your measure. For victory!
Go. And let's go, let's go, let's go. So close. We did it. No, we're losing somebody. Also, give me the gear. I actually need it. We're losing. Well, wait, no, but I said that he should, I should be home by now, so we may be able to. What? What's wrong? Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, they're probably not gone. You probably just need to check whatever drive your stuff was in and clean it up enough that the game can, like, safely access your character files. That was some of me. Yes, let me shove food in my mouth right before I have to read. The fog has lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnified the desires of their victim at the expense of aught else, but I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. Since the moment we met, I have made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. I mean, you could have just asked me and I could have told you how it worked out. What is this? Are you okay? Free. Then I am no longer needed. Oh. Oh. Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. Your work isn't over yet. Oh. Yeah, that works. This warmth. Your ether. Feel familiar? So when I said I was Azim's familiar, what I actually meant was... You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I am here on borrowed time. I only hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. Yeah. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Erechthonios and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. As I surmised, Elidibus was constructed with the strength to see your battle done. Yet I fear his ether may not sustain him through another. The four of us are together once again. Together... Oh, right, I never... The four of us are together again, or once again. Although I may not have directly experienced our adventures, my memories make our bonds as real as any other. Well, we have somebody who wants in on the chaos. Wait, what am I doing? Nope, that. Not that. There we go. Another person. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, the link shell is full? What? Oh, are we full? Who has... I don't want to just kick people, because I don't know who's, like, actually active or not. I don't want to just, like, kick people, but, like, also some people haven't been around in forever or joined in on anything in a very long time. You know what? This is an actual, like, friend of mine who isn't currently playing Final Fantasy XIV, so I'll just... There we go. Fixed. Okay. Crisis solved. Haha. Themis is good. It's good to see you. See you. I knew Shizune would guide you to our side once again. I'm grateful she had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answer her for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course. As I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. Yeah? It is someone Shizune knows well. A man by the name of Claudian. I wouldn't say I know him well. I know him. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be ideal for Athena's purpose. The creation of a person requires not just body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon drifting souls and given form through the infusion of ether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claudian's soul while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. But even she is prone to error. After the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul, and this difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she has turned her sights toward Shizune. Her uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. I mean, I can think of one person who, By scrutinizing her feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Shizune's prowess and use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Can't we simply remove Athena's memories from Claudian's body? An arduous task, but not impossible. Athena can inscribe herself upon another soul. But she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claudian's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudian. Yeah, I saw. It's okay, Ash. You get lots of rest. I know you haven't been feeling well for the last couple days, so yeah. Self-care is the #1 rule around here. We still don't know why she chose Claudian. I know! What makes him more suited than anyone else? Although I have never spoken to Claudian, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Erechthonios. What? Why would she... It is as I thought. Bum bum bum! He's your reincarnation! Who would have guessed? I mean, I didn't guess until I did this the first time, but... like, you can see the resemblance. Okay, we're back into Party Finder. One moment. We need... a second tank. Oh, wait. Actually, is this set up how we want it? Yes, it is. Okay. Let me just switch this to the nope. Oh, right. I don't have it unlocked yet. Whoops. Our course of action is clear. We must lay Athena low and rescue Claudian. A difficult task, to be sure, but one which the present company is more than capable of achieving. Why would Athena use my name? More questions, and few answers to go around. Well, you see, Erechthonios, when the Sundering happened, it affected souls too. Haha. Claudian will get to do the thing, potentially, the thing I wish I could do. La Habrea would discuss the plan to bring about Athena's end. Themis, you may have just handed us the key to rescuing Claudian. What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be made vulnerable, as Olympus was. Yet our opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. Shizune, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate, and the fate of many more besides, squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections? It's a... Objections no, concerns yes? I was gonna say it's a burden I'm used to carrying, because yeah, but, I always have concerns and questions, and yeah, so objections no. Concerns, yes. Though we know not what form Athena will take, I have faith that your skill will see us through this trial, as it has many a times before. And we all appreciate Shizune's willingness to fling herself at the unknown. It's what I do best. However, we have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudian. I have a plan. Do not trouble yourself over the details. Look, that feels like you just, like a really wordy way of saying don't worry about it. The same goes for you, Shizune. You must focus the entirety of your attention on Athena. She will not be easily bested, even by one of your prowess. Then let us trust in La Habrea and prepare for the battle to come. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had never discovered the Arasite, had never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? Or would she have found some other way to fuck things up? Did the Arasite just bring out things in her that were there already? I've asked myself the same questions. Questions with no answer, I fear. But let us put them out of our mind. There is something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Habrea, but as a father to his son. Wait, I don't get to be a fly on that wall? No. I still am gonna stand by my theory that it wasn't just the body hopping that made La Habrea insane by the time we met him in A Realm Reborn. I think, like, especially considering the fact that, like, this was a son that he had a strained relationship with and then he got him back, to then lose him to the Sundering, I think probably also fucked him up. Circle. Haha, not quite the link shell I meant to post this in, but I was gonna post it in there eventually anyway. There we go. Did I log in? Can I kidnap him? He is not logged in. I cry. Oh yeah, I can talk to them now. Athena maintains absolute control over this place. Beyond the gate, she has doubtless built herself an abode worthy of a god, and now awaits the arrival of her supplicants. Oh, we're probably coming up on an ad soon too, so this works out. We'll work on recruiting, we'll have our ad break, hopefully those two things at the same time. For now, we place our trust in you. The rest will wait until we have Athena before us. Right now, Athena must be the sole focus of your attention. She shall not hesitate to exploit any weakness she can sense. Okay, and while we wait to fill... Ooh, are we... I haven't even gotten like a 3-minute warning for ads yet, so while we fill... I have to remember where she is. We have started Margaret, and I do have to do her turn-ins. It's why part of why my inventory is as full as it is. So, off to the Charlene Hamlet. And as we all know, I need to be in a cutscene in order for people to join the party. That is apparently the rule. I was running the right direction. Whoops. All right, I already have all this stuff crafted, so let me just turn these into her. Hello, my fair gleaner. How does the campaign of feline, or how goes the campaign of feline satisfaction? Both in and out of game. Oh, I actually need to be on the job What am I doing? I need to switch over to... Right, I was gonna start working on my jobs that are at 90 for these. Let's try that again. First turn in. I don't care that I'm capped on purple scripts. Treats and toys seem like promising candidates, but whenever your devotion will be requited, but Whether your devotion will be requited for long, if at all, depends on the kitty in question. Perhaps a wad of crinkly paper or a simple box will suffice? Do you normally fling items of extraordinary quality to whomsoever is in need? Because such behavior may condition people to trail behind you, like awestruck ducklings, myself included. Here you go, 2 more. Cats never struck me as particularly cheerful creatures, but they are! But even the most tenebrous tomcat will surely be removed to purr by all you've brought us. Give me a moment to present these gifts to Roaring Spring. Fun fact, some of my cat's favorite toys, and I'm saying that with air quotes, are candy wrappers. At this point, they're like, if it's a candy, like, I know chocolate isn't great for cats, but if it's one of those candy wrappers that has like paper between the chocolate and the wrapper itself, I will just like add the wrapper to a box I have of candy wrappers for Saya and Luca to play with. Our resident cat lover insisted that he address you personally, Shizune. I wanted to thank you for your many thoughtful donations. Their quality is astounding. The lab cats have taken to them straight away. Just seeing the joy writ plain upon their furry little faces has lifted the spirits of the whole team. Yay! By the way, or by the by, have you given any thought as to what sort of research Roaring Spring and his crew of cat lovers might specialize in? Scientifically measuring the cuteness of cats? It may defy expectations, given what you've learned of them thus far. But any guesses? I just gave one. Believe it or not, they are all experts in aero and aerodynamics, the studies of how air and ether move, respectively. It is their comprehensive understanding of these mechanics which enabled them to devise not only the optimal form of our teeny tiny toy boat, but that of its individual components as well. So while we were all losing our heads over the ether burner, Roaring Spring and his colleagues were calmly ensuring that we had somewhere to stick the damnable thing. Which brings me to my question. Why is your laboratory overrun with felines? Did the stress finally break you? Not as much. Our kitties are the fluffy keystones of our latest intellectual challenge. Yeah, quantifying cuteness. In the aftermath of the final days, we received a letter from an Eorzean naturalist named Marset, who stridently implored us to investigate a rather puzzling phenomenon. The spontaneous flight of traditionally flightless organisms. Oh! Shocking, yes. Imagine an Adamantus or Damel suddenly rising into the air and darting away. I don't have to. I have those mounts on my main. But while such incidents may seem queer and inexplicable, we believe we can identify the root cause, insofar as it relates to aviation, at least. And once we know how these aerial feats are accomplished, we can assess which objects may be manifesting latent abilities and which may be manifesting latent abilities and which ones may be outliers of one sort or another. For her part, Marset seems convinced that there are no outliers, that every subject was possessed of ancestral levitational predisposition. But posture and hydrate and stretch reminders. Okay, everybody, posture check, stretch. I need to refill my water, but after this cutscene and during the ads, and then I swear I'll drink. But regardless of the outcome, our research may revolutionize our understanding of aviation. Headpaths? Okay, thank you. Indeed, even my limited expertise or even with my limited expertise, I can see the potential. Naturally, our first step was to observe flight-gifted samples in captivity. And among those we collected, we found it. It? Oh! An enormous flying kitty cat! Such grace, such beauty! How could the air and ether not embrace you? How could the laws of nature not contort themselves to cradle your winsome curves? Yet a mystery it remains, a fabulous, fluffy mystery, one which we will devote our waking days to unravel. So it's not a bloated corpse possessed by a void scent? That's wonderful, Roaring Spring. I hope you all find fulfillment in both your pioneering research and your kitty's care. Thank you, Margaret. I know we shall. But if cats are so, like, integral to their research, why were they being denied cat food? Ah! Ad! Okay, since it's an ad, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick and refill my water, and then I can drink, and Ash doesn't have to yell at me. Everybody else, go get your drinks, your snacks, everything else. And I'll see you guys in a few. All right, we're back. Anyway, let's finish this cutscene because the party is full. And thank you, my friend. We are fortunate to have been aided by such an accomplished gleaner. Yes, well, gleaner may have been the term I used to describe her for simplicity's sake, but truth be told, she isn't of the guild ship. This is Shizune Daskar, one of the Scions who went aboard the Ragnarok. Way to undersell it, Margaret. What? And also fellow cat enthusiasts. So I've been waxing poetic about kitty cats to or no, commissioning kitty goods from... Wait, come back. Why are you running? If you'll excuse me. Ah! Margaret, I think you stressed him out more. I'll go and check on him later. Yeah, you better. Also, Ash, I have my water. I drank my water. Everything is fine. You don't need to give me that judgmental look you normally give me. And yet, there's much work to be done if the researchers of Charlene Hamlet are to have their myriad needs met. And Margaret has a new favor to ask of you. Oi, Hodge! I've come for my package. Where is it? Oh, that was not... I'm sorry. I should be using a higher register for that character. Unless I just want to hilariously have her have a deep voice. The items you requested were deemed non-essential. Non-essential, eh? And is my willingness to toil away in those bland, biscuit boxes you call laboratories non-essential? Is my motivation non-essential? Is it? You are free to purchase whatever you like with personal funds. You're a personal fund! I love the attitude, but I don't think that one works. Good one. Is it? Ibuki? While I understand your frustration, you cannot simply unleash your concentrated ire all at once to effect a change. Oh, like you're one to talk! I'm sorry, how did these quests begin? Nay, we must use the Paymaster's methods against their agents. As they slowly grind away at our spirits, so too must we wear down Hodge. Who are you? I'll bear that in mind, Margaret. How's your deadline looking? Oh, you have a deadline? Are you procrastinating? I'll deadline you if you ever lead with that again. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Clearly you do understand my frustration. I presume, like me, you've been trying to improve your team's working conditions, but to no avail. Precisely why I called you over. If the Saros is giving you the cold shoulder, we may be able to help. My neck and shoulder muscles are generally warm from prodigious use. You don't think this is going to be another cat thing, do you? I'm going to go with this one. My neck and shoulder muscles are... what was it? Something from prodigious use. The better for you to communicate your shared desire that none labor and misery. Huzzah! You're in good hands, comrade. As an extension of our special offer, let us provide you with the conveniences the Saros won't. My exclusive gleaner is happy to procure anything your heart desires. You need but ask. I don't remember actually agreeing to be her exclusive gleaner, but okay. I'm, not sure what's going on, but far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. We would like monsters, fiends, feral beasts, void-sent primals, whatever you can provide. Miniatures, that is. Any size, style, or shape. Wood carvings, life-size cushions, soap sculptures. Honestly, anything. If you need specific examples, one of the Ironworks engineers is a War Machina fanatic who crafts stunningly realistic replicas. Or you might reference the more simplistic mammoths created by that infamous Gridanian goldsmith. Even if you can only manage supplies, we would be more than delighted to make our own miniatures, time permitting. Right, well, now that I've thoroughly embarrassed myself, thank you in advance, kind stranger. Ibuki was assigned to the Ragnarok project as well. Any guesses as to what her specialty is? Let me know when you think you've figured it out. And when your first monstrous donation is ready for delivery. And we will deliver that after this raid. Let me switch back to Bard. Why did that do that? Okay. Oh, Larks isn't ready. Hang on. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right. Alrighty, so we're all set. I'm gonna ready check one more time just to make sure because we were chatting. But I don't know why it's still saying I'm on Carpenter. And oh, Shattered Bird TV, thank you so much for the follow. All right, we're all set. Let's go. Alrighty. Have I done this fight since Endwalker? I know that's basically the question I've asked about all these fights, but I don't think I have.
You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now, bear your souls to me.
Let's go. Yeah, ma. Such a shame that such a cool character design had to go to such an awful character. If I wasn't trying to get as caught up with the game as possible before FanFest, I'd be so tempted to have, like, taken a convenient break from Final Fantasy XIV just to line things up so I could do this fight on Mother's Day. Because it would have been hilarious.
Show me your all, that I might become divinity manifest.
Maybe for the funny, we should try doing this fight, like the Savage of this fight on Mother's Day. Just because.
From nothing I mold life.
I point these away from the rest of the body? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I said body, I meant party. Okay, yes, I remember her wing, like, okay. It's coming back to me now, kinda, not really. Yeah, normally when I do roulettes on my main, I get like this, or not this, I get like Alexander, or one of the Omega raids usually.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Or it's like Arcadian stuff. Oh, right, yes. Okay.
Shine brilliant for me. To silent vessels, I give voice.
Oh, right. This is the part where she starts playing, like, Tetris with the floor. Whoop.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
Mona's doing hard drugs. Were you her dealer, Ash? Maybe? I'm gonna assume that's a yes.
Of the god's strength.
You admit nothing? I don't think you need to. I think there's enough circumstantial evidence here that we can just, like, safely assume. Ah! No, wait! I fucked up. Back on I go. Well, at least I died before my burst. Last night I kept dying, and it was during my burst window every single time. I was so mad. I mean, I realize it's entirely my fault. I probably got tunnel vision, focused too much on my rotation and not enough on what was happening around me, but we're okay.
Of the seven hells to the pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble! Such a singularly resolute soul. The
right? Yeah? Yeah.
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
I was out of that! How did I still get clipped?
Today, my theory shall be proven as fact. These chains are forged from the fabric of creation. To silent vessels, I give voice.
Oh, I might be in trouble. As long as I don't flip the rest of the party, we should be fine. I saved myself. We're good. Everything is fine.
Shine brilliant for me.
I would have gladly sacrificed myself for the party, but didn't have to.
Today, my theory shall be proven as fact.
Man, so unpopular opinion, possibly, about Final Fantasy XIV. To be clear, I think what's it's called, Let It Burn. I think it is a banger of a song. I kind of feel like it didn't, like it just kind of got plopped into Arcadian. And just because like normally the raid music has a leitmotif that ties it all together, and I am kind of bummed out that we never got to hear whatever it was Soken may have originally had planned for that fight. Like, it's a really cool fight, and honestly, if they were gonna put it anywhere in Arcadian, I think it should have been with the Blowjob Brothers. Or they should have held on to it until they could make content that was specifically for it. Well, because the thing is, it's called Let It Burn! And one of the fighters uses fire! It would have fit! I honestly thought that's the fight it was gonna be with! Because in the trailer, they show it with that fight, and I know that means nothing, but like, I was like, yeah, this fits, this works, I can't wait for this, it'd be totally rad. And then it's not the fight they used it for.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Yeah, no, I figured that's what you were laughing about. Look, we all know that they're not actually biological brothers. They even straight up say it. So, like, they call themselves brothers because they're close, right?
Shine brilliant for me.
I'd be more worried about, like, my future as a 14 content creator and whether I would ever be able to have a relationship with Square Enix someday if it weren't for the fact that I've seen what some other 14 content creators do and still get to interview Yoshi Pete. So, you know, I think I'm fine. Let's just say I've been watching Nest since, like, Heaven's Word or Stormblood.
These chains are forged from the fabric of creation.
Mona crashed! Oh, is she an Eepy girl now? Is she just like a little Eepy love mop now?
You cannot escape my eternal gaze.
She big Eepy? I wonder if I should... Man, this would either backfire horrifically or help. Maybe I should try giving my cats catnip before bed. Try and tire them out. Wait, oh no, I'm just too close to the tank, which is why it looks like, okay. I was like, am I tanking? I think that was just movement coincidences. I am not with the rest of the party though, which is a problem. There we go. It makes Saya and Luca like all roly-poly and adorable usually. But like, Luca definitely gets the nighttime zoomies, so yeah, it might be worth it. Oh, baby. The funny thing is, usually when I give them catnip, Saya just straight up eats it. Yeah, no, we should be getting this way. Yep. Oh, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it! Let's go! Boom! I'm free from pandemonium! Hey! Get fucked, Mother of the Year. Alright. Let me just grab that good gear. Oh boy. A minion of my favorite character. He. Countless years I waited within that stifling crystal. And now, when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? At the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? It matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. It matters for closure! Even so, I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. Alright, you have a good night, Ash. How unlike you, Ericthonios. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon a hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. My theory was that any true god would see us as we are, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove this could not but benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy lives already upon it. In that, I am no different from our peers. Over the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the selfsame course. If the destination is the same, is it not somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The Arasite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? You were but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Ericthonios. Always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool. And like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs, that you might accept my essence when the time came. Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands, and ensured that you would feel a cloying affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. My very feelings were of your design? Hands where we can see them, lady! You created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. Yet here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. I still feel the sting of it, but with pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are witless. If this star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. Ah! I know I say this a lot, but imagine how things would have turned out if the ancients had had therapy. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, La Habrea told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an Elysian, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another, one whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memories seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know, but if I can rouse his soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life, others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now I've found it. This decision is yours to make, and yours alone. Tell him you're proud of him. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. Hey! What every kid with a rough relationship with a parent deep down secretly wants to hear. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. Erechthonios, do not dare! No! Stop this! Your words hold sway over me no longer. My life is my own. And I have found my true family. Ah! Ah! My power wanes. The vessel rejects me? Eh? Why is she still here? What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent with no body to feel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding this, or the space around Pandemonium together, and now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, we cannot let this be Shizune's final resting place. Can't I just teleport out? Is that not something I'm capable of? I should probably also grab him. Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Of all my miscalculations, to think that you would be my undoing, that you would even be capable of defying me. Ah, is there more you would like to say to me? Or have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudian back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dregs of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you've brought collapses, burying you under its weight. How disappointing. Truly useless to the last. I'd say he was super useful, just not to you. And who made me that way? Oh? Oh, cool. The creepy castle's not here anymore. I'm sure Fortuna will be happy to hear about that. Questions, questions, and more questions. Why did Claudian set out by himself? What did he see? Oh, I do hope he wakes up soon. At least on the surface, Professor Claudian appears unharmed. We must wait for him to regain consciousness to judge anything beyond that, I fear. What if we poke him? Although Ericthonios was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. But he acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment, not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. We shall stay here, both to look over Professor Claudian and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. You should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. I don't know what that word means. We can only stay here and wait for Claudian to regain his senses. Pray rest while you can. Also, hang on. Let me do something real quick. Social... Oh, wait. Right. I have a button for that. Cross-worlding shells. Create the pantry 2. Oh, here we go. La Habrea watches over Claudian with concern. Oh, does he? It seems we can do naught but wait. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. Yeah? While your colleague, Nemgigi, has enlightened us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Habrea. Oh, did she? Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I am aware that this La Habrea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? I know the answer to that. Why don't I just stay quiet and let him make his own conclusions? Perhaps silence is the most prudent response. I understand the Asians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots, so it is impossible to say who they truly are. I mean, I know who Mehmet Selk was. These Asians, or Paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the sundered worlds. I have heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. That you did it in service of the star, from your perspective. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit, 'tis a mistake under the right circumstances. Although the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. Oh. Oh. Ah, it appears Claudian has awakened. Chizune, I have some faint memories of what transpired. I stood against Athena and won. Oh? And you were there too. How much do you remember, Claudian? La Habrea. Ericthonios' memories of you dwell within me still. Though unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge or through unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge a son equal to yourself. But the crucible you placed in him left scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I will hear no more. Though you may possess Ericthonios' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to the sage. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. You're not our enemy yet. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Asian, but you are not him. You are La Habrea of the Convocation. Exactly! You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise, and my personal thanks. Also, it just occurred to me, I know, like, La Habrea died because he got sucked into Thornton, but when we defeated Thornton, wouldn't his ether have still been sent back into the life stream? So he might be out there and, like, waiting to get reincarnated at this point. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult of your trials is behind you. Sure. But you may find that Pandemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time, too, draws near. I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes? While Themis himself counter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. Take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. I believe we've yet to see the full effect these events will have on the ethereal sea. Once Professor Claudian recovers, we must conduct a thorough investigation. Rosinod and I shall return to Aporia and make our report to Master Porcino at once. Oh! I too shall stay here and await your return. I could use the rest, and there is a matter I would discuss with you and Themis before we say our farewells. Now all that is left is to return to Pandemonium and ask La Habrea to shed light upon its few remaining mysteries. I look forward to your return. Okay, bye! Endwalker, Elpis, Agnorisis. Alright. Go, go, go. Alrighty, let's go talk to... Oh, there's a whole bunch of people here now. Hello. I guess I forgot about this. I haven't actually been in here in a really long time. Ah, you must be Shizune. I am Hegemony, Keyword of Abyssos, but I suspect you may already know that. We did meet once before, after all, although I was not entirely myself at the time. Thanks to you, however, I can rightly say my faculties are mine once more. At present, I am taking stock of the damage done to the facility. Oh, I have to go, like, inside. Okay. Okay. Thank you for checking up on us. Did you speak with Hegemony and the other warders on your way here? I mean, she was the only one I could speak with, but okay. The work is long, but we have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. Shizune, I didn't expect to see you again so soon, but 'tis always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. It's good to see you guys. Don't read too much into that. I'm just really happy to see you guys alive. Shizune, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. It seems I was wrong. I just wanted to say hello. And nothing else. How neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will, then. She has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. Hardly think cuteness is in order? That would have been hilarious. We braved together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I have relinquished control of Pandemonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemethioi. Thus, were we able to restore Gemini's mind and body. Yet there is still much work to be done. Damage to repair, keywords to replace. The tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandemonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed. Before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns Pandemonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share your burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere. Stay here. This will be over soon. Tell me here, Master La Habrea. There's still much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You have served within Pandemonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that Augustus is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. Separating Hephaestus from myself required removing part of my... A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. I would never hope to wield the same magics that Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. That tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master La Habrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Hemethios, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such domination exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperos and Augustus, their respect for me. Upon clipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandemonium into chaos. With their attention diverted, he wore targets. I'm gonna add just to make it easier for me to finish this cutscene. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemony. None would question your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandemonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for Pandemonium, but Athena's. Master La Habrea, whatever has spurred this sudden accusation, I assure you there is a proper explanation. What are you doing, La Habrea? Do not approach. As I have already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. And so I have come to a decision, one which was made with the best interests of our star in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace these odious memories. Odious memories, you say? That's a familiar wording. Mark well this sight. Engrave it upon your very soul. You now bear witness to the true La Habrea. I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will toward me, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow Pandemonium to divert my focus. I would ask you that you serve me anew. There is none other more suited to overseeing this prison. None other who will take such pride in their duty. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaestus's. The past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. La Habrea is himself once more. He wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice once his judgment is sounded. Yet he is different from Athena, betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary shall set him back on the proper course. Good. If this is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk with him. Ah, father and son! I'll allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. Not exactly contradicting my La Habrea went crazy because his son got destroyed allegations. I would not ask you to say the same, Shizune. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. Huh? And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather the loss unfathomable and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path. Did you weather loss unfathomable though? Oh, ads are happening. Whoops. Well, we finished the cutscene. Everything's fine. Then I'm gonna put up the BRB screen for a little bit. Go get some stretchies. Maybe clean up the link show. Haha. And then yeah. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit, guys. Whoop! Probably should have finished coffee before I swap back. But hi, guys. We're back. Everything is good. Allergies are destroying me. But it's fine. Hephaestus and La Habrea were one and the same when he was named as one of the convocation. This change poses no need for concern, for all is as it should be. From this day forward, I will do what I can to aid my father. In this way, I shall forge my own future. If not for you, my long-slumbering demons may have gone unslain. I would have never seen or been forced to reconsider my true nature. Yet, as I said, do not consider this an admission of death. Now, I believe you have other places to be. Remain here any longer, and I may be inclined to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. I could probably just teleport out of there. Master Lahabreus saw through me long ago, but now my mind is unclouded by doubt, and I shall not fail him again. Okay, now I want to go back to Aporia. Oh, right. Alrighty. And then around this way, they could have made it a little bit easier to get to this place. So much running around. And I can't even fly there. Alright. Hey, Themis, Claudian. Ah, you are returned. I should like to hear of what you discovered, though I believe your friend has business with us first. Let me just double check something. Does this give experience? No, it's just gold skill. Almost called it gold. How long have I been playing this game? I should know better. There you are, Shizune. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story has shown light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my conscience, namely those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Oz's law. Doubtless, its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Erchthonios' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Erchthonios' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Erchthonios exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless, the choice to venture forth into Oz's law was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I am still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth, although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. That the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated. Well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discoveries set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by the recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. Oh? For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Ericthonios would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Ericthonios' memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? I genuinely don't remember any of this. I remember, like, the final cutscene. I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. But despair has not won out. La Habrea and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus, Themis, has already offered to give his life for our salvation. Yet there is another problem which must be dealt with, pandemonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If pandemonium's cells were breached and their prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Habrea otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the Convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I've resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of pandemonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning of the future even if I cannot, or to the future even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman like my dear friend will come along. One with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. Who, me? I wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved, and how many beasts has she slain since we last met? Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Shizune, may we meet again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandemonium. Please, make haste. I repeat. You know, that's a good question. What happened to Elpis and Pandemonium when the Sundering happened? Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. And now we come to this. It survived. Yes, the heart of Sabik. Instant flashbacks to Ultima Weapon. The tie that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as Arasite yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. I shall take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire Star, I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness.
I see. Then Hephaestos' story has been laid bare. As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandemonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper.
Eh?
Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel. You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandemonium are clear, all else is hazy at best.
Almost like you were tempered by a primal, or were a primal question mark.
Perhaps Athena made me this way. Or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before.
Or because your ether is more recently in the ethereal sea compared to La Habre, and Ericthonios' soul is currently inside of Gladian.
Still, I can recall vague figures. Scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandemonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful.
Reminder to everybody that Asm's symbol is the sun, and that another name for the sun is the shepherd of the stars. Hee hee.
I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other.
Well, he can officially rest well. Oh? What's this?
How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
Hang on. For anybody new here, me taking off my hood means I'm about to talk about spoiler stuff from, like, Dawn Trail and stuff. But I gotta for a second. Okay, hang on. Back up. He just said, oh, should this star continue on its path? So 7.4 and, Halmarut's comment about the 9th and it continuing or on its path, and like if the Warrior of Light doesn't change their path, then it's gonna get destroyed. Did they like accidentally put something that could be considered foreshadowing for future content in there? And since I have my hoodie off, at this I've played Final Fantasy long enough not to trust anything that comes from space, right? And like I know we already dealt with the Meteon thing, but they just said, or like in these quests, they said Arasite is from space. And, hey, you know what else is from space? The meteorites that I've been super suspicious of this whole time that fell into Yoctel and, like, affected its ether. And I am thoroughly convinced that part of why they made the Warrior of Light not be the main character of Dawn Trail is partially so that they could slip stuff in while the players were distracted by like Luke Lamont and stuff. And I've definitely been suspicious of those meteorites and stuff this whole time. We'll see if I'm right, but like, hey, what if this ends up becoming another one of those things where we get story eventually and people who have done Pandemonium get special dialogue? Hello everybody and welcome to the Shizu's Final Fantasy XIV Red String Board. I am a writer. This is what I do. This is how my brain functions all the fucking time. Since I have the hoodie off and I'm already talking spoilers, I'm also very interested to see if Helmaroot and Calyx remain antagonists in the future, or if we end up being more on the same side than we think we do. Because Calyx, like, bad methods, atrocious methods, but his heart was in the right place. I'm especially interested to see what they do with Calyx, because I'm still not completely convinced that the Endless were actually alive, versus just basically being memory-based AI. But, like, I'm really interested to see, now that Zodiark isn't around anymore, what is going to happen with the remaining Ascians, because there's 4 that aren't accounted for. Or 3 now that we have Helmaroot around, but, like, yeah. And that's not including the fact that we haven't heard anything about the Black Mass Ascians since, Shadowbringers? Since, like, 5.3? So, yeah. Oh, was it even 5.3? It may have been 5.2. Whenever Elidibus was using Black Mass Ascians to, like, create Warriors of Light in the first. Anyway, I just had to word vomit that real quick. Putting the hoodie back up now. Okay, for anybody who cares about spoilers, you're safe now. For now. Alright, Claudian. Welcome back. Welcome back, Shizune. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Oh, I was supposed to do that for you? I just said goodbye to him for me. Oops. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, it is a gift I could never hope to repay. Welcome to the I Know Who I Was as an Ancient Club. It's very exclusive. It's just the 2 of us. As La Habrea said, I am not Ericthonios, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. You know, I'd find the whole, oh yeah, you aren't who you were in the past theme way more convincing if it weren't for the fact that every time we find out who someone was as an ancient, or like every time we find out that we find 2 reflections of the same ancient, there's very clear parallels between them. The Warrior of Light, Ardbert, and Azan. The parallels between Hermes and Ammon, both being researchers who did the research on floating islands and stuff. The parallels between Unakalhai and, oh no, I'm blanking on his name, Ardbert's wizard friend, who it is heavily implied, if not straight up confirmed, they are both reflections of the same person. They are both wizards, etc., etc. And now we have Claudian and Ericthonios, where, like, they're both researchers. Oh, hey, also they're both researchers who work in... Does Pandemonium count as an underground facility? It's under the ground of Elpis, but, like, Ericthonios was a researcher in Pandemonium. Claudian is a researcher in Labyrinthos. It's really hard to fully buy into the whole, like, oh yeah, they're totally different people from their previous selves, when then they go ahead and they're like, oh, but actually, here are these reflections and they're super similar. Oh, also, not even touching on the Geralts and the Rowenas and, a certain other side quest that I can't talk about because the hoodie is on, but a certain thing in Dawn Trail that happens. If you know, you know. But, like, because, like, there are some NPCs where they're just straight up, like, the same character options, but maybe with, like, different hair or different clothing. Or in Geralt's case, they have hair. But, yeah, so, like, it's really hard to fully buy into the whole, like, oh, yeah, you're totally not the same people, when they kind of are. Or at least they're very obvious sequels to their past lives. Anyway, a spark, I'm ready... Oh, here we go. A spark has been struck in my mind. I'm ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you farewell. Oh, right. Skill speed, I guess. Okay. Now everybody grab your tissues. We're heading over to Old Charlian and doing Tataru's 6.4 quests. Real quick. That's not the right NPC. Hang on. There we go. Oh, was there not a 6.5? Oh, wait. Was the last one? Hang on. Was the last one just locked behind or hang on, I need to check something. I think it was a 6.5 quest. But you had to like do, fun fact for anybody who hasn't done these quests since Endwalker, when they were coming out. At least the first 4 quests were just like sitting there and I could have accepted all of them at the same time and then okay, I see. The last one was added in 6.55, but it's one that unlocks me having done all 4 of the previous quests. Okay, interesting. Najina would like you to make a special delivery. Honestly, I think pacing them out like this just works a lot better narratively, but... Chizune! I've been meaning to speak with you. Mr. Tataru mentioned the most astonishing thing to me earlier. Is it true that you aided in the liberation of Werlet? I've aided in the liberation of a lot of places. Doma, El Amigo... I see. So you fought the weapons of the 7th Legion alongside none other than the Black Wolf himself. Well then, that makes you the perfect candidate for our next job. You see, we're planning to send our latest samples of military equipment to Werlet's interim government. Since Gaius Balsar oversees such matters, who better than his sister-in-arms to pitch our wares? Whoa, I would not call myself that. I'm still mad they brought him back to life, honestly. Word has it that the Werlet forces are in the process of choosing a supplier to outfit their troops. So we're keen to throw our hat into the ring. So, would you be willing to assist us? Sure. It would... I'd be happy to. I honestly think it would have been more compelling if the Shadowhunter had been like, I don't know, Gaius's son or someone who knew him in the past and not Gaius himself. I think he should have just stayed dead. And if they were gonna bring him back, I mean, in general, I'm mad that we went to Garlemald and like did everything we did in Garlemald and our little troop of Garlean friends other than Lucia was not involved. Like, Lucia was involved, but, like, I'm so mad because I'd been looking forward to, since A Realm Reborn, basically, and then onward as we collected more Garlean friends. I was looking forward to Sid being involved. I was looking forward to Lucia being involved, and Nero. And then we acquired Gaius, and then we went to Garlemald, and only one of those guys came with us. Oh, right, and Maxima. And then Maxima came with us, but, like, it's not the same. Wonderful. I can't thank you enough. If my sources are correct, you should be able to find Gaius in Turncliffe. Should you chance upon any potential adornments for Mistress Tataru's necklace, please do bring them back with you. Alrighty, off to Turncliffe. And, like, honestly, for anybody who's new here, I am not a huge fan of Endwalker. I think it's rushed. I think it was supposed to be 2 expansions, and then I can even pinpoint when I think the decision got made to make it 1 expansion. I think they were already working on making it 2 expansions, and then when they were in the middle of doing Garlemald, the decision was made to make it 2 expansions, so they had to rush stuff. And so I think part of the reason why they had to come up with an excuse not to have Gaius involved with the Garlemald part of the story was just because they would have needed to give him a proper story arc at this point. And they knew they didn't have the time in the story to do that if they wanted to complete everything that they were trying to complete in base Endwalker. Which sucks, because I think it would have been really interesting. I don't buy for a second that Gaius would have willingly stayed behind when his country was in danger, because he very much was, at that point, hate the government, the fact that the Asians manipulated so much of his country, deeply loves his country. I found it really out of character that we didn't have to, like, tie him down with chains to keep him away from Garlemald with everything that was happening. So, yeah. I was not expecting you, Shizune. Are you perchance aware of the ongoing situation? The what? Or, what situation? I see. Then you are here on some other business, yes? Yeah! Special delivery! Samples of military equipment. You have my thanks. But there is a more urgent matter that requires my attention. I received a report that the G-Savior Mark II has been stolen from the hangar here in Turncliffe. Oh! In fact, I am here to speak with an eyewitness. If you are willing, I would like you to join me. Your insight may prove useful. Thank you for coming at such short notice, and with Shizune no less. Aye, as luck would have it, she decided to pay us a visit on other business. Owing to our present crisis, however, I had her accompany me here. Tell me, is it true that Mark II was stolen? I'm afraid so. While I was performing maintenance on the Mark I, I caught sight of a man approaching the Mark II and looking very suspicious. Our culprit, in other words. Oh, that's a unfortunately familiar face. Let me rephrase that. That's an unfortunately familiar, unfortunate face. I called out to him, demanding he state his business here. But when he turned around, my heart nearly jumped out of my chest. The man who stared back at me was Valens von Varro. I am sure of it. Impossible! He breathed his last before my very eyes. Unless the dead walk among us, that simply cannot be. To be fair, you had a burning building crash on top of you and you lived. I only know what I saw. Though he wore a visor, the likeness was unmistakable. Even his magenta armor was identical. Pray forgive the interruption. Forgive the interruption. I bring urgent news. These former captives of the 7th Legion insisted they speak with you. Please forgive us. Father, our father, he's not your father. Calm yourself, lad. We're safe now, I promise. Now, tell us what tell us what happened. It's all right. Go on. Father, Valens came back and told us to show him where the War Machina are. We know how to get in here, so we sometimes come for a peek at the big machines. And after telling Valens how to sneak inside, he made off with the G-Savior Mark II. Given what you boys have been through, I know how difficult it must have been to confess what happened. Your bravery is commendable. Now, you had best return to the orphanage. Fear not. We will deal with this so-called Valens. Poor kids must have been scared shitless. But man, speaking of, imagine what Final Fantasy XIV would look like if the therapy were real. Those kids sure as fuck need it. Though I highly doubt he has returned from the dead. If that War Machina has fallen into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. We must give chase, and swiftly. Will you lend us your aid?
Yeah.
You have my gratitude. We will set out to reclaim the G-Savior Mark II as soon as you are ready. Pray and inform the Ironworks staff when you have seen to your preparations.
Let's go.
Even now, I still cannot believe my own eyes. Alan's alive. The very thought of it makes my blood run cold. That the Mark II was seized so easily bespeaks a need to tighten our security. For now, however, we must focus on the task at hand. You know, the fact that the kids were able to sneak in, like, not that they're not trustworthy, but like, you guys need to tighten security to prevent that from happening too. What if something happened and they got hurt? If you're to stand a chance against the G-Savior Mark II, you'll need to fight with fire. Luckily for you, we've already fueled the Mark I, which is ready for dispatch at your command. Let's go! No, I just wanted to see if he had anything interesting to say. He didn't. The G-Savior Mark I's automated piloting system currently have us cruising towards Skarlamall. If the perpetrator truly is Valens, I'm all but certain he is making another attempt to seize the Imperial throne. I mean, in that case, he has the Ilsabard contingent to deal with. After all, that is precisely what he hoped to achieve with the diamond weapon after the death of Emperor Varus. But he did not succeed then, nor will he succeed now. I want you to pilot the G-Warrior to make sure of it. While I am entirely capable of taking the helm myself, I must concede that your skill outshines my own. Instead, I will provide support from the rear cockpit inside the containment apparatus. Valens may have a head start, but I am confident we will overtake him once we have the engines at maximum output. Then the rest is up to you, Shizune. Upon entering the cockpit, several cutscenes will play in sequence. I am not queued for anything. Why would I? I purposely don't do these quests when I know I'm doing party content in the first place. Heat signature detected 3,000 yalms to the fore. The readings are unmistakable. It can only be the Mark II. Ideally, we would shoot him down before he can detect us, but doing so would destroy the vessel and him with it, making it impossible to identify the culprit. Our only choice is to draw near and neutralize the vessel's propulsion systems, even if it means alerting him to our presence. I mean, couldn't we try to identify him from his remains? Plus, he'd be dead. I beg to differ. Someone has wormed their way into our frequency, but this voice, it couldn't be. Oh! No, this tracks, actually. Oh, but it is. My, how long has it been, Lord Baelsar? Are you salty you got left out of the weapons stuff, Nero? As I suspected. Nero Toskeva. So the rumors were true. You survived the battle at Castor Meridianum and now work as an engineer under Sid. Under Sid, you say? Work under him? Clearly you're misinformed. I'm sure they fight about it every night. I am merely using my unequal talents to save the poor fool from his own ineptitude. And now I am here to do the same for you. Sure, Nero. Do enlighten us as to how. 'Tis simple, really. I've crafted an armament that will immobilize Garland's wretchedly designed vessel, and I've even given it the appropriate name. I call it the Anti-G. Expecting this day would have inevitably come, I took the liberty of loading it into the Mark I's weapons bay in advance. You're welcome. Now, adventurer, listen, and listen well. What I'm about to tell you will be the key to sinking that scarlet vessel. And while I find the idea of its destruction unbearable, it is nevertheless the perfect opportunity to prove who is the superior engineer, Garland or myself. Do put on a good show. I mean, wouldn't we still be taking it down? Sure, with a weapon that Nero created, but loaded onto a thing that Sid originally crafted. In the following sequence, you will pilot the G-Warrior. Time your inputs with on the screen prompt or with the screen prompts. Oh, this is a rhythm thing. When the blue prompt appears left, time your input as the diamonds overlap. When a yellow prompt appears right, make several rapid inputs until the prompt disappears. Controls are as follows. I'm gonna use my keyboard because that's a little bit easier than clicking. I don't hate my fingers that much. When I activate the homing interface, you are to lock onto the vessel immediately and fire a barrage of anti-G missiles. The moment our quarry is aware of our presence, he will undoubtedly take evasive maneuvers. The anti-G is a flawless achievement born of scientific genius, but that is of no matter if it misses its target. Understood? Sure. As they say in my favorite mecha anime, mobilize. Homing interface activated. Commence bombardment. Whoop. There we go. Why, I dare say you're a natural.
Thank you.
That's not it, is it? With the apparatus propulsion engines neutralized, our quarry is defenseless. What are you waiting for? Capture him! No, he's not finished yet. So the cornered brute still had some fight left in him. I trust you can show him the folly of his perseverance. It'll all work out somehow. What a heroic thing to say. But let's go! Ah, we're just gonna Kamehameha. Got it. Oh, there he goes. I win. Easy game for babies. Excellent work. Quickly, we must go after him. What cruel irony that the vessel should crash here of all places. Surrender. There is no escape. It's you, Gaius! And who are you? What do you mean? I'm Valens, the man destined to inherit the Imperial throne. Very well. We will do this the hard way. Damn. This man is not Valens. I will not soon forget how Valens' face froze with fear in his final moments. How the light in his green eye is extinguished alongside the flame of his life. Yet the resemblance is uncanny all the same. I will not ask again. Who are you? Maybe he had a brother? Answer sincerely or atone for your sins with your life. My name is Procopius. I served as the pilot, or as a pilot of the 7th Legion under Lord Valens' command. When I reviewed the 7th Legion's records, I saw no mention of there being another of his kin within its ranks. Your face. Surely not. That's right, and I would gladly do it again. Were Lord Valens to become Emperor, his life would be under constant threat. This is my expression of devotion, my willingness to sacrifice myself in his name. You let yourself look like that willingly? To go so far as to change your own face. But why steal the Mark II? Like your master, I presume you wish to use it to ascend the throne. The throne is but a means to an end. My true aspiration is to embolden the people of the shattered remains of Garlemald to rise up once more and take what is theirs by right, or by birthright. Only we Garleans are fit to inherit the star, herding the cattle masses as we milk them for all they are worth. This is the way it should be, just as Lord Valens envisioned. What a nice guy. In the words of Emperor Solus, no lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth. Conquer. Rule. Yeah, that seems about right. The ravings of a madman. Lest you wonder, I have not killed him. Oh. I actually thought maybe you had. We have recovered the Mark II and apprehended our perpetrator. Let us return to Turncliffe. Return to Turncliffe. Say that 5 times fast. I won't. But, like, you guys are more than welcome to try. My thanks for lending your aid despite the suddenness of my request. The children will be able to rest easy knowing the imposter has been captured and the vessel reclaimed. That said, you were here on other business. Yet, or let us delay it no further. Gaius is ready to discuss the samples he brought. Now, could you enlighten me as to why you came to deliver clothing samples? I'm here on an errand for Tataru, actually. An enterprise founded by a former scion, with you acting on their behalf. Yeah, being Tataru's errand girl happens to be one of my oldest, most cherished of occupations. Clearly, the equipment is of fine make. I and my associates will give it all due consideration. Still, I confess I am rather surprised to see the champion of Eorzea doing so mundane a task as delivery. This Tataru must command a great deal of respect. An adventurer takes everything in stride, deliveries, skyfishing, traveling to the furthest edges of the universe. 'Tis unwise to refuse the coin keeper of the Scions. Yeah. This one. 'Tis unwise to refuse the coin keeper of the Scions. To hear you speak so, she is clearly not one to be trifled with. I shall heed your words, and should I ever meet her at the I shall heed your words should I ever meet her at the negotiating table. Honestly, I would pay and sell tickets to see that particular showdown. In any case, I believe your errand here is complete. But if you are willing, there is another I would ask of you. The boys are doubtless still unnerved by what happened earlier. I would assuage their concerns. Make it clear to them that balance is well and truly gone. But it cannot come from a Garlean like myself. Could I prevail upon you to tell them in my stead? Sure. Thank you. I believe you will find the boys near the storage area. Pray give them the good news. And I will do that, but we do have an ad coming up. So I will continue this quest when we get back. And yeah, so thanks for sticking with me, guys. I will see you guys in a few minutes. All right, we're back. The children were so anxious. I thought it would be best if I stayed by their side. I hope you can forgive us, miss. We're really sorry about what we did. We shouldn't have snuck into the hangar or told him how to either. No, you shouldn't have. You could have gotten hurt. Did you really fly the G-Warrior? Wow, I hope you can take me with you one day. If it's ever safe to, sure, maybe. Oh, poor little Ara kiddo. Oh, you're back! Please, miss, you have to tell us what happened. It was an imposter. Gaius knocked him out. Everything's good. So you got the machine back. You're amazing, miss. If that man was just pretending to be Valens, does that mean the real one's not coming back? Nope, he dead. Yes, he's gone for good, my dear. Pray remove any thought of that wretched man from your mind. Thank goodness. Even now, I see his face in my dreams every single night. I'm always so afraid. Again, therapy. I want to tell Miss Allie, but I know I mustn't. She's been through so much. You haven't heard? Allie's been helping out at the orphanage. Good for her. She's been taking really good care of us. But we don't want her to, we don't want to worry her. Could you keep what happened a secret? I don't know how possible that is, but I'll try. We heard that Valens did awful things to Miss Allie too. Please, we don't want to bring back all those horrible memories. She won't hear it from me, I can promise you that. Thank you, miss. You're the best. Say, you know Miss Allie, right? Do you think you could help us? We want to make her wish come true for being so kind to us. Her wish? We heard that she dreams of having a portrait of her family. We think it'd be nice if somebody painted one for her. That might be a little difficult, but besides Mr. Gaius, her family is gone. We could describe her siblings to the artist. I like how there's a bunch of other kids just hanging out on top of that almost said crater. That's not right. Crate. Yes, that could work. Leave it to me. I may have just the thing. Really? Then we'll fetch the painter. Could you tell Miss Allie and Mr. Gaius to meet us at the lookout? Then I shall take a leaf out of Nero's book and prepare a surprise of my own. Please don't copy Nero. There are other people who would do that you're more than welcome to copy. But, as funny as it would be for him to, like, have an admiring little protege, have better, role models, please. Pray meet me at the lookout once you've spoken with Gaius and Allie. Are you kiddos being safe? Make sure not to fall. Be careful. Have you spoken with the children? I have. They have a surprise for you. I guess. Though Valens' atrocities left scars that may never heal. I mean, it would help if if therapy was real. His victims will be relieved by the news. And it is heartening that they should wish to perform such an act of kindness for Allie. Very well, I will do as they ask. I shall meet everyone there shortly. Shizune! Forgive me, I didn't know you'd be visiting. What brings you here? I'm here because I have a surprise for you from the kiddos. The children said they wanted to do that for me? That's very kind of them. Well, it's true I've spoken of this on occasion. A family portrait just wouldn't feel right without Melisandre, Recon, Rex, and Alphonse. Still, it wouldn't be right to refuse. They're only trying to cheer me up, after all. I'd best go and meet them at the lookout. They're on their way then? Perfect. I have made my own preparations in the meantime. All that remains is to await our models and our esteemed portraitess. Oh, hey, I know you. Gaius, Ellie, would you mind standing over there? Make sure you draw her nice and pretty, mister. Aw. Did we do it right? Are we making her dream come true? Oh, yes. I think you've made her very happy. But we cannot ignore the fact that Gaius is not her only family. I know, but everyone else is gone. I wish we could have done more for her. Don't worry, child. As I mentioned, I prepared a little surprise of my own. Oh. Look, Allie. They're all here. While I understand your surprise, you'll have to sit still for the portrait, I'm afraid. Thank you. To see Melisandre again, alongside her loved ones. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Words do not come easily at times such as these, but know that you have my sincerest gratitude. This truly is a dream come true. I will treasure this portrait for the rest of my days. We're so happy Miss Allie's wish came true. Thanks for helping us, miss. We wanted to thank you too, so we got you a gift. We found them on the beach with our friends at the orphanage. They're our greatest treasure, a pair of pretty pink shells. We'd better go now, but we hope you like it. Megina may find the shells a beautiful complement to Tataru's memento. Return to old Charlian and show them to her. Why do I keep thinking that there was a sixth kid? I swear there was a third girl in the flashbacks. No. Old Charlian. I almost said Old Garlian. That's not right. Maybe someday. But if there ever does end up being an Old Garlemald, I feel like that's probably going to be more of a, this is what we were able to reconstruct. And it's going to be more of like an Old Gridania, New Gridania situation rather than like an Old Charlian, New Charlian thing. It wasn't even New Charlian, it was a colony. Welcome back, Shizune. How did you fare with Gaius and Turncliffe? Did things happen? My goodness, not only did you help him recapture stolen War Machina, but you even helped fulfill his daughter's dream? I'm not sure whether I should be in awe of your ability to solve problems or offer my commiseration for encountering so many in the first place. I just seem to be a magnet for it. Mayhap that is simply the lot of a distinguished adventurer. Which reminds me, were you able to procure a new adornment for Mistress Tataru's necklace? Yeah, a package containing a gift from the orphans living in Turncliffe. My, they're simply remarkable. These must be the fabled rose shells of Wurlet. I hear they're both rare and beautiful, making them the perfect choice for various types of jewelry. If we polish them up and make a few refinements, I'm certain we can incorporate them into the necklace. There's something else in this package. A rolled canvas of a portrait, it looks like. It must be a gift for you. Oh yeah, I forgot that I get this. Owing to your kind assistance, I believe we are in the running for forging a contract with Wurlet's interim government. There could be no more desirable result for the boutique. You have my heartfelt thanks, Shizune. You're welcome. What else is this locked behind? Hang on, is this locked behind me finishing MSQ or something? Treasured bonds. No, nope. Wait. Oh, yes. It is, in fact, locked behind... Hang on. Which quest is that locked behind? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's locked behind finishing 6.5 part 1. Fair enough. We'll be doing that on Sunday anyway. So yeah. In that case, that is going to be everything for tonight. So thank you everybody so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch. For anybody who's new here, last week I started a weekly series of YouTube shorts where I rate how comfy the floor in a particular piece of content in Final Fantasy XIV is. Last week was Stasha, this week will be Tamtara. Because I'm just going down the duty finder in order. Starting with dungeons. A Realm Reborn is gonna keep me with content to make for over a year. Like, A Realm Reborn alone. So yeah, if that's the kind of thing you like watching. At some point I'm also planning on doing some video essays. I need to get my first video soon. But yeah, words. Oh, right. Also, every month I set up a poll for the community to vote on what I'm gonna have to play if we hit my monthly subscription goal on Twitch. So if we're at 100 subs at the end of January, the people have spoken. We're playing Left 4 Dead 2. In the meantime, I will be back with more Final Fantasy XIV on Sunday, starting at 4:30 Central Time. We will be doing 6.5 MSQ Part 1, followed by next Tuesday and Wednesday, starting at 7:30 Central. Tuesday will be, hopefully, if we can get the 15 people together for it, the final Alliance raid of Endwalker, which is, surely I can remember the name of it. It's Thalia, right? Yes, Thalia. And then Tuesday or Thursday, assuming everything goes to plan, will be the 6.5 side quests. After which I won't be streaming the following Sunday and Tuesday because I have a friend coming in out of town. Wednesday will be the Sildine Subterrane. The following Sunday will be Eureka Orthos. Following Tuesday after that will be Mount Rokon. That Wednesday will be Aloe Island. And then we'll be starting Dawn Trail. Woohoo! In the meantime, on Fridays at 8 o'clock Central, I do a writing stream. I call it Friday Night Writes. It is just a chill, relaxing stream. I work on writing. I run Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions in the background, so we'll be playing chill lo-fi music. There'll be a Pomodoro timer. I might talk a bit about writing. If you're creative yourself and you want to hang out with people, do some body doubling, maybe even bounce ideas off in the chat, come on by. It'll be a good time. But yeah, in the meantime, let me find somebody for us to raid tonight. Who's streaming right now? Preferably who is streaming Final Fantasy XIV right now. Let's see here. Do we have any sprouts we can raid? Here we go. We've got... Let me just check them out real quick. I like watering sprouts, especially because I prefer raiding people who are behind me in MSQ rather than ahead of me. Okay, yeah. Let's go raid Envy. They are in Stormblood. They are a sprout. So, pantry raid. Oh, hang on. Let me take care of a quick bit of search. I don't think it will let me once I raid. But yeah, we're gonna do a pantry raid on Envy. And then yeah, wrap up the stream for tonight. Okay, there we go. All right. But as I was saying, oh, hang on, let me. All right, so yeah. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.